One of the things that I often get asked about is the invite network experience for a participant in a study. When they click on a link to take your study, what does that experience look like? I'm going to show you right now just to clear up any confusion. It's super easy. Here we go. In this case, I have the invite network link on my clipboard. I'm going to paste it into the URL bar and hit enter. Normally, anyone following one of your studies would be following a link from an email. They would click it and it would simply take them here. Also, you'll notice that I'm in an incognito browser. That's simply because I work for UserTesting, and of course, I'm always logged into the application as an employee, and I want it to behave just like it would as if I were a tester. Paste the link and go. Right here. The first thing it says is a little bit of an intro. We need your feedback, and it tells you what you're going to be doing, about the length of the test. And then there's some terms and conditions you have to click, and then it asks for your email address. There is an option that I'm sure you know of when you're defining your invite network study, whether or not you want to make the email address required. Now, for the purposes of this, I just left it being required. I'm going to go ahead and put my email address in, or again, you can just put a bogus one in. Oh, here we go. My email address is pre-filled. I'm not really worried about anyone seeing my email address in this video. You get to the second screen, which is the recording tips. Recording tips, a little 1-minute video, talks about think out loud testing, gives you some advice, sort of how to go about it. And then 3 things to remember. Read the question out loud, speak your thoughts clearly, take your time. Don't rush through the questions or the tasks. There are no wrong answers. Give your honest opinion. This is an option here that allows your contributors to decide whether or not they would like to install the UserTesting browser extension. The benefit of the browser extension is that it does allow us to collect more enhanced metrics about any tasks that you have them do. When I say task, I literally mean the task or the navigation task component, where you define an activity and ask them to go from page to page or from prototype state to prototype state doing a thing. You'll get a much richer interactive path flow if the browser extension is installed, but it is not required. And so we try to make this as frictionless as possible. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say skip for now. Quick setup. To enable your browser to record, you need to share access to your screen and microphone. I've already shared my microphone. Now you can see I'm going to share my entire screen. I've got options to reset share. You can see that it is being reflected in front of me. I'm going to say next. This is the microphone check. It wants you to say I'm ready to think out loud, and you can see it's responding to me here. Sounds great. Your microphone is working, and it's got my microphone selection. I'm going to go ahead and hit next once again. This is telling me that this is going to be a 2-tab approach. The test will be controlled in this tab, and anything that I need to do is going to be in another tab. So it's actually showing me how this works here. You can see, I'm going to hit next once again. And it says all set. Before you start, reminder, give me some instructions and start recording. 3, 2, 1. Test is in progress. And here is the scenario. And the scenario is just a dummy thing that I put together, but that is the experience to get started. And when I open the test page, it is going to take me to usertesting.com. And here we go. So now I'm doing the test here. Over in the other tab, it is telling me again what to do. Then when I hit next, I'll go to task 1 without leaving the screen, et cetera, et cetera. And now I take my study and eventually I'll complete all the steps. Right now, I'm going to hit quit test. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over and show you the same experience on mobile. Right now, I'm on my phone, and I've got the email that I sent to myself here on my phone. I'm going to click it. I'm going to start recording my screen over here, and then I'm going to just cut it into the video through Movie Magic. We're working with user testing to get feedback from real people. Here's what you will need. So it says 15 minutes of your time and the user testing app. Okay, get started. All we need is your email address to get started downloading the app. So I'm going to type in my email address here, and I've got that. Download the user testing app. And it's I have it already, but I'm going to enable it. Now, in this case, you would see they would actually just download the app and then open it. I'm just going to enable the app, and I'm going to update it real quick. And it's installing. You can see that took only a matter of seconds. I'm going to open it. And you can see companies need feedback, etc. Next. That's where you come in. Next, you make things better. Start testing. Put my email address in again. for the purpose of the test. Okay. Permit drawing over other apps so you can use task buttons to navigate. Okay, so go to my settings, user testing. So I'll just turn that on. And now we'll go back. Before you start the test, complete a quick 3-step process. Okay, it's telling me the steps. Start the quick setup. Start recording or casting with user testing. Yes, start now. Now I'm in the test and I see myself, the scenario here, just like we saw on desktop, be performing an activity on a website. Unlike the desktop version, which uses a 2-tab approach, you can see I've got the user testing app floating right now above the browser in the background, which has loaded the URL that I need to use for the test, which in this case is usertesting.com. So now I've read the scenario. I'm going to hit next. It says, without leaving the screen, how difficult or easy do you expect to be to learn about what user testing is all about? So let me look at the screen, and I'm just going to look over it. Okay, I can do this. Now I'm going to bring the thing back up. I think it's going to be very easy. Now I'm going to go to the next step. Take as much time as you need to learn what user testing is all about. I go back here. I scroll a little bit, remove the guesswork, learn more. I go here. I click learn more. You know, basically it's just telling me about user testing. Oh, it was so easy. Now I'm going to go back to the study. Next. How difficult or easy was the activity? Oh, it was very easy. Next. I have no final thoughts. This was just a wonderful test. So that was it. I went through the mobile experience just now. Prior to that, I went through the desktop experience. Both of them very similar in terms of instructions and functionality. A little bit different experience in that with mobile, you must download the mobile app. There is no other way to do the screen recording for user testing. The desktop, you have the option to download the browser extension or to not download the browser extension. And of course, we saw in both cases the email address was required, but that is not mandatory. You can actually toggle that on or off in your test setup. Hopefully that clarifies what the contributor experience is in the Invite network, but I guess everyone saw my email address, so if there's any questions, feel free to reach out or post a comment on the video.